Welcome back. My name's Melinda. Today we're going to do a study in charcoal of an eye. And it's not just any eye, but it's my husband's eye. This is part of an ongoing project that I started, and I'm working towards a full oil painting of my husband. Now, before I start oil painting his eye, I actually want to do a charcoal study so that I can see the lights and darks, the values, and be prepared for what's coming when I paint. It makes the process a lot quicker when you already kind of know where it's going to go. So if you guys want to see more of this project, please subscribe and don't forget to like this video. Let's go. Here we have my husband's left eye, and I thought it would be really helpful to do a charcoal study before we actually start the painting. As you can see, there's a lot of planning that goes into being able to do a piece like this. The planning and the value study really helps you know where you're going, and being able to really dial in on those light and darks will help the final piece go so quick when you're able to see the values correct. All right, I'm gonna kind of just plan where we want everything. So maybe we'll put his eyebrow about right here. We'll put his eye about here. So right now we're just roughly putting down shapes. We don't know if it's going to be right, but you need something down on the paper so that you can assess whether it's right or not. You need feedback, but in order to get feedback, you need to put something down on the paper. Okay, so here I have a rough shape. The first thing I would attack is I would look at the angle that the eye's at, because it's not exactly horizontal. It actually is at a little bit of an angle. So I'm going to go corner to corner, and you can kind of see the slope of the eye, or the angle, I mean. So if I line this one up at this similar angle, you can see that we're really off. There's too much of the eye down here, and the eye needs to slope down just a little bit more. So this is just fine. It's not really... It's wrong here, but you don't need to be worried that your drawing is not going to turn out. Because the important thing is having something on the paper so that you can adjust and, like I said, get feedback. Okay. Now that we have the angle right, I'm going to remove this. We want to see if we have the approximate proportions right. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to measure the width of the eye, or the height of the eye, against the width. So I'm going to take this stick here, I'm going to rotate it. Let's make a little mark here. This is approximately 3 of the height. So I'm going to come over here, and we're going to get these approximate proportions and double check. We have 2, and then approximately 3. Good, so that looks really good. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and fill in is the eyeball itself. And this is round, another thing that sometimes people forget. Sometimes if you're having a hard time drawing a circle, what I'll go ahead and do is actually just draw the entire circle so that I know I'm actually getting a circular shape. You can always erase these extra parts that you don't need. Let's go ahead and fill this in. The next thing I want to emphasize is you need to be able to see the light and dark. That's what will really make this feel real and not look like a cartoon. I've said this in other videos, but you need to squint your eyes, which means closing them to where they're almost closed and you're looking through your eyelashes. It really blurs the light and dark and gives you a very clear map of where the light's hitting. So when you squint your eyes, you can see that this entire part of the eye is actually in shadow, including here. I know we think of the eyeball as being white, but when you squint your eyes, from here to here really all kind of blurs together. They're all in shadow. Next, I'm going to check the angle of the eyebrow. What we have here against what we have here. So I'm going to go just along the lower part right here, just to make sure this is what I have. And you can see when you compare these are totally off. They're not even close. So we got to tilt these so they're about the same. And that tells me about the angle that the eyebrow is going. So I can go ahead and fix that very easily. I'm going to go ahead and finish this eye, and then we'll come back and show you the finished product. Okay, here we have the finished study or project. As you can see, we have the proportions right that we got from the beginning, where we measured the height against the width. We also made sure that the angle of the eye was right, because this is not straight across. This is actually at a little bit of an angle. When we squinted our eyes, we could see where the darks were. When you squint, looking through your eyelashes, you realize that the darkest darks are right here, and then through here, and of course through the eye. You get some of the shadow in there. Looking for the light and dark in a piece is what takes your drawing from being okay to being wow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, post them down below. And don't forget to join me next week when we do the oil painting of the same eye.